guys, this is Lisha Joya. I'm here today to talk about 10 ways on how to get over your ex, real life style. Alright? Number 1, realize it's okay for you to cry over a breakup. It's not a weakness, guys. It helps you to realize a loss. It gives you time to grieve. It's almost like when someone you love dies. It's kind of like when a relationship dies. You're grieving in the same way. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to have a grieving period. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve or cry, or the time or duration for you to cry. If someone says, oh, you should be done over your ex in a month, and you're not done, don't listen to that person. If it takes you 2 months to cry, do that. That's healthy. Helps you process and go through the emotions that you feel you need to do in order to process this. Otherwise, they remain bottled up inside of you. Shut up! Number 2, listen to all the songs that used to remind you of him or her. I know it becomes sadistic, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to listen to something that brings you pain and reminds you of that person? But remember one time you used to enjoy that song at one time, even before it reminded you of that person. It's okay for you to enjoy that song. That song didn't do anything to you. And if you think about it, if you say, oh, that reminds me of my ex, I can't listen to the song, then that ex is in your head, even when they're not there. You can't give them that type of power. You can't give your ex, he or she cannot have the power at all over you whatsoever. You can't do that. It's not healthy for you to keep holding on to that. I did that, and I held on to a relationship for 2 years that was extremely unhealthy. And more than the normal relationship. I don't want you guys going through the same thing where I would process a song and go, oh, my ex is thinking of me, and the wishful thinking going through my head. I mean, it really doesn't help you process this at all. And also remind yourself that the artists themselves didn't hurt you. The song may be a beautiful song, like If You Asked Me To by Celine Dion. It used to remind you of that person. But really that song's a beautiful song. You know? If you think about it, listen to the lyrics, it's really a beautiful song. But if it reminds you of your ex and you go, oh, you're letting that ex back into your head again. You cannot do that. But it's okay for you to process that song and listen to it again. I had to do that. I actually have a playlist in YouTube, which is now private, that I listen to all the songs that ever reminded me of my ex. And at first it hurt me a great deal to keep listening to it over and over again. But eventually I numbed myself. And then I processed the pain and the reason why that song reminded me of that ex. And that's okay for you to process that. And it will take some time. It's part of the grieving process. If you cry or get angry or want to scream through it, that's fine. As long as you get through it in the way you need to, and in the way and duration that you need to. There's no right or wrong answer on this one. 3, I've done this. Write a pro and con list of what had happened. Like, I wrote a pro and con list. I said, okay, what was the pros of this relationship? And I wrote all of them. What are the cons? Well, there was like 8 or 9 more cons than there were good. And I'm like, why the hell did I even stay in this? And it helps you visualize, why the hell would you allow yourself to go through that and waste all this time on that relationship? You know? Also, you need to stop beating yourself up over the past, because you're going to see all those cons and go beating yourself up. Well, why did I do this? Why did I do this? And what could I have done better? No. The relationship is done. Don't focus on the past. Focus on the future. You're better than that. You don't deserve to beat yourself up this way. It's not a way to heal either. I used to beat myself over it, and I stayed stagnant for such a long time that I built walls and anger and bitterness and hatred, and it changed me for a time until I realized what was happening. Don't let that happen to you. Alright? 4. Write poetry, a diary of your feelings, write music, paint, whatever way you feel like you've got to visually express your feelings, kind of get them out in the open on paper and stuff like that, then do all that. That's really healthy. I mean, it's not good to stuff your feelings. It's, it's good to look back at it later and reflect on it, to learn from, grow from, realize certain things from. I did that with a poem I wrote a while ago, and I wrote some notes about my ex a while ago, and I found them like 3 days ago, and I realized, really? Why would I stay with someone like that? I was already 3 months into the relationship. No, 2 months in the relationship. Why would I stick with that? Oh, I was blind. But then again, you can't go and beat yourself up over it. It's the past. It's already been done. Focus on the here and now and on the future. Okay? It's also a great self-evaluation tool. Okay? I had realized, why would I stay in this relationship when there was so much emotional abuse in it? When I am so strong. Well, newsflash, so are you. It'll take you some time to process and grieve through. And that does not make you weak at all, not even by a long shot. In fact, it takes a very strong person to grieve and cry over matters that like a breakup or a loss like that. It takes great strength. Because a lot of people view anger and stuffing them and show it as strength, but it really isn't. And it is very unhealthy for the body and for your mind and for your spirit to stuff all these feelings and to cry and to process through, paint, write music, poetry, whatever you gotta do to process this. YouTube your video, your feelings, whatever you gotta do. That's what I've been doing. I've been processing my feelings through my YouTube videos, through so many different avenues that I've realized, wow, I went through that. Wow. You guys will see my video over me crying over my ex. It's like, I don't know, like 30 minutes or so of me crying over my ex and stuff. And I mean, I was like so retarded for even remotely crying over him. But I felt like it was proper for me to process through the grieving process of the loss of an identity that I had shared for 2 years with one person, and the hopes of getting married, and the hopes of being in love, and the hopes to, the hopes of this and the hopes of that, the hopes and hopes and hopes, and I had to work through that through my writing, and I had to work through that through my YouTube videos and through my painting and all that stuff, and it really helped as a self-evaluation tool. And it brought me back to a great mental state by doing that. Before I thought I was mentally strong and stuff like that because I was stuffing my feelings and stuff, but I really wasn't doing myself any justice by stuffing them and by not processing it and by not expressing myself. So instead, I use this as a self-evaluation tool, and it's very good for you to try it too. 5. Improve yourself. Don't improve yourself because the ex wanted you to lose weight or wanted you to get a makeover or wanted you to do this or do that. Improve yourself because you want to, okay? It could be, improvement like losing weight. I did. I lost 45 pounds and 14 inches. Of course, I was very deathly ill and I had to, otherwise I was going to die, not because of the weight, because of my iron deficiency anemia, and it was making my face all red and be bloated up, and you know what I mean. Improve yourself, because when you are in a relationship, you tend to not want to improve yourself or not know or want to realize there's problems within your body. You could be sick with something and not realize it because you're so focused on this relationship that's so unhealthy. okay? Give yourself a makeover and be kind to yourself. I had to learn to do this myself. I had to learn to give myself makeovers and learn to give myself gifts and reward myself because I was not even doing that. I had to reward myself for writing poetry. I had to reward myself for doing this and doing that for myself. Because I wasn't doing it, because I stopped caring about myself because I was so focused on this bad relationship that I stopped caring about the person that was in the relationship. Me. And now you should care about yourself. Also, do not focus on the ex anymore, okay? And do not waste your mind or your heart, your health, your soul for it, because it shows onto others. For a while I was focused on my ex, trying to get him back, and this and that. And now I realize, why would I go back to my throw up? Why would I go back to my shit? You know, I don't deserve that. You don't deserve it. Don't focus, don't waste any time thinking about your ex. Your ex is not thinking of you. Your ex does not care. Your ex is off living their life and doing their own thing. You know what I mean? You should be off doing your own thing and living your life and getting back on track and focusing on yourself. Because one day, you're going to reflect on all these things and you're going to go into a great relationship and you've emotionally processed with no extra baggage from the thoughts of the ex in your life. Yes, that ex had formed a little bit of a memory recall and emotional thing inside your heart some way. Of course, that's normal. But don't let that affect your future. Okay? Number 6, love yourself as you are. Okay? Bad relationships can have negative repercussions, and you'll still have bad habits from the old relationship. Okay, I had a bad habit of thinking everybody was out to hurt me and against me, and you know, because my ex spread rumors about me and lied about me to even people I cared about, who were my friends for many years prior to me even meeting this person. And you know, I mean, they have bad repercussions. You can't think that everybody's going to be like your ex at all. I mean, I don't develop the bad habits from the relationship. You know, like the fighting and the bickering and thinking all this paranoia stuff. Not everybody's going to be like your ex, okay? Tell yourself that you love yourself and don't focus on what is wrong with you. Focus on what is right with you. Always focus on what is right within you. Okay? Because you're the only one now in this relationship now that you're single. You're in a relationship with yourself now. Focus on what is right with you. Because we have a tendency of focusing on all the wrong things in our life and not what's going positive in our lives. 7, stop answering your phone, email, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram of your ex. You know, even if your ex is harassing you in some way whatsoever, do not answer them. Don't give them the time of day. Don't give them power. Don't. Okay? Remember, he or she, they don't care about you. I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but they don't care about you. It's time for you to care about yourself. You care about you for once. Okay? Don't count on him or her coming back to you because, like I said, they're off living their life. They're off doing their own thing. They don't care. They're off dating on with the person they cheated on you with. Alright? Like my ex. Don't even focus on the ex, but focus on yourself, like I said before. Now, reason why I'm talking about my ex in these video logs is because I'm trying to help some of you out, whether you want to laugh at this, you want to, you know, gain some strength from it, you want to troll me over it, that's fine. I don't care. My life's an open book. I have no secrets, I have nothing to hide. And this is to help all of you guys out that are going through anything that I've gone through at all, you know. And you can love me or hate me for it. I am still the same person at the end of the day. But focus on yourself. When you focus on yourself, you're not focusing on your ex. You're not giving your ex power. Number 8, don't take your ex back. By all means, why would you want to go back to your shit and throw up? I mean, that person treated you like shit. Person treated you like you were nothing, threw you away, tossed you aside. Why would you want to go back to that? Seriously. You know? There is a reason why they are an ex, even if they've dumped you. I mean, there's a reason why they're an ex. Once an ex, always an ex. That's my opinion. An exception to one person. I've taken back one person back in my life, and it was worth it. Because there was nothing wrong with the relationship. It was just a lack of communication part of the time. In the event you dump them, then reevaluate your reasons why you dumped them. And most importantly, give yourself a break. I mean, seriously, why would you want to go back into a relationship just freshly after you got out of one? Give yourself some time to process. Give yourself time to know yourself. Give yourself time to know what you want and what you don't want in life. And what you don't want from a partner. You know? I mean, give yourself time. There is no right or wrong answer how long you need to take. I'm taking 6 years. Okay? Even though I was with this person for 2 years, I can't even count that as a real relationship, really. Because if it was a real relationship, there would be a relationship right now. And I wouldn't be here video logging over this. Net 9. Most important. Stay single for a while. Like I said, give yourself time to breathe. Reevaluate yourself. Get to know who you are and yourself all over again. Figure out what you want. Learn to love yourself again. You're not perfect, but love yourself again, and as you are, where you are in your life. Okay? And give yourself time to grieve over the loss of the relationship. And 10, when you're ready, date. And be kind to yourself. You know, it's okay to date. It's okay to test the waters out when you're ready, but only when you're ready. I mean, there's going to come a time where a really nice person is going to come along, and he or she is going to be the most wonderful human being on the planet. And you can't go on thinking that all the people in all the world are like your ex. You know, just remember this. All the bad things, all the paths led you to that one most wonderful, most awesome person. There's a song, if I remember, I'll put at the end of this video as in a link in the description. And it's a song my second life partner Blackheart gave to me, and it was the most perfect song. And I want to thank him for that song. But all the bad things will lead you to the right person. But don't be bitter for every bad thing that happened. Learn and grow to be positive. Be the opposite of what your ex wants. And don't give your ex the power and be bitter and be angry like that person. Or don't keep on the habits of the old relationship. Strive for positive experiences. Strive for positive behavior. Strive for positive things in your life, and outward positiveness will come through your new relationship. Well, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I thank you so much for your love and support. Have a good day.